INFJs are the rarest personality types in the whole world, but that's just a part of what makes them unique. When they're at their best, INFJs are gentle, warm, patient, and super understanding. If you know an INFJ, you'll know that they have an enhanced sense of empathy and will stop at nothing to help others be the best versions of themselves. While there are thousands of things that INFJs can tolerate, they have their limits. Here are the things that INFJs hate the most and can't stand at all. Number 12. Small talk. INFJs are well aware that small talk is the gateway for most people into society. They do stick to the social ritual, and most of them have learned to do it well. But that doesn't mean that INFJs like it. All they crave is diving deep. They want to know what's going on in their mind. Even if you give them a generic "everything's fine," they will question if it's really so. Their combination of introverted intuition and extroverted feeling helps them see beyond the surface, beyond the public mask that most people wear and hide their true feelings under. They often wait patiently for others to reveal their true selves, and sometimes even try to move the process along by asking casual questions. They hate it when people they know well won't even offer a glimpse into their inner world. Number 11. Having to use their sensing abilities too many times. Since INFJs are intuitive beings, they're geared toward focusing on the bigger picture. Their minds are designed for creativity, visionary thinking, and formulating strategies. Whenever they're forced to zero in on the smaller details or do routine maintenance, they have to use their least developed function, that is, extroverted sensing. Whenever INFJs are forced to focus on things that don't concern them at the moment or distract them from thinking about the near future, their productivity and efficiency decrease. Whether it's at school, work, or their lives in general, they will hate using their extroverted sensing abilities too much. Number 10. Compromising their values. INFJs are innate idealists who see their world in a unique way. In their mind map, they're able to connect things to each other. So it is their notion that everything in the world is connected to everything else. They believe that words, actions, and emotions have a ripple effect and can impact people not just across geographical space but also across generations. Because of this, they have a strong sense of right and wrong and how things should be. Their ideals and morals relate to society, humanity, and culture. So if INFJs are forced to compromise their strong moral values for the sake of a relationship or job, they will absolutely detest it. Number 9. One-sided relationships. INFJs are empathetic and compassionate, and by their very nature, love pleasing others. They will go to the ends of the earth to make the people in their lives happy. In many situations, they will put the needs of others, especially those of a group of loved ones, ahead of their own. While this is undoubtedly a respectable trait, it is sometimes taken for granted, or worse, people take advantage of INFJs. When people don't realize that the INFJ in their life is constantly making sacrifices for them, or these people rarely make sacrifices or give anything in return, INFJs feel resentful and frustrated somewhere down the line. At the end of the day, INFJs, like other people, hate one-sided relationships and may break off all contact with those who only receive and never give anything in return. Number 8. Constant chaos. INFJs are rarely spontaneous. Since they're judging personalities, they always need a certain measure of organization and structure in their lives. Being well prepared mentally helps them do their best in any given situation. So when they're in relationships that are unpredictable and chaotic, they will always have a constant amount of stress. They will feel helpless and unable to do anything about what is stressing them in chaotic situations when they are unable to think clearly. In some cases, they may also not be able to put their finger on what they hate. This is also why INFJs hate any form of attention. They often attract extroverts thanks to their personality, but being in an unpredictable environment with an extrovert only makes them mad. Extroverts can cause the spotlight to shine too brightly around an INFJ, which they hate. Number 7. Arguing for the sake of it. INFJs need harmony in their relationships. To flourish in any relationship, they crave a sense of approval and emotional support from their loved ones. So if someone frequently shuts them down or gaslights them, INFJs will hate it. This also applies to relationships where their loved one is very defensive for no good reason or pokes hole in their statement just for fun. Moreover, since INFJs hate confrontation and will refrain from arguing with people themselves, they're likely to close themselves or shut the door on these kinds of people, often with no warning. Number 6. Inconsiderate people. INFJs can read a person really well, even if the person in question doesn't do or say anything to give their true feelings or intentions away. Moreover, they're extremely patient and never lose their temper when someone does something wrong. They're super understanding and almost never lose their temper unless there's a very good reason to. However, Unfortunately, not everyone shares this wonderful gift. When others are oblivious to someone's genuine needs or are outright rude or mean when things could have been handled in a better way, INFJs hate it. Number 5. Not getting enough alone time. Although INFJs are often mistaken for extroverts, thanks to their deep interest in people and the things around them, they, as their name suggests, are true introverts. They need plenty of time to sit back, relax, and recharge away from people. Without enough alone time, they become stressed and exhausted and will eventually burn out. If they spend too much time with people with no time for themselves, every little thing that people say or do will get on their nerves. They will lose their characteristically calm, patient, and understanding demeanor and may become mean and critical. Not only will they hate their life, but they're also likely to hate the person they turn into when under such duress. Similarly, INFJs hate it when people invade their personal space, especially when they're recharging. Their personal space is sacred to them, so if they vocalize that they need some time alone, it is best to respect it. Number 4. Criticism. Words matter the most to INFJs. Encouraging and positive words can calm them down and lift their spirits. They also really appreciate constructive criticism as it helps them grow and helps their ideas blossom. However, critical, negative words can bring them down like dominoes and leave them ruminating for hours or even days. While INFJs really value feedback, it is the way this feedback is presented to them that matters. They become rattled to the core when someone whose opinion they value criticizes them in a nitpicky, accusatory way. Number 3. Cruelty. Most INFJs are highly sensitive people or HSPs. This means that ever since they're born, they're wired to be more sensitive towards stimuli in their environment. While this makes them great at understanding things from subtle cues, it also means that they absolutely hate violence and cruelty in any form. They hate cruelty toward animals, hate crimes and all things that go against the fundamental values of a human being. Of course, everyone hates these things, but being HSPs, they're especially bothered by them. For example, if they see an ad or video that talks about abused animals, they will just turn away or change the channel. If they don't do so, they'll be left dwelling on the topic for weeks to come. Even if they see a sad news story, they'll be left wallowing in sadness for days. Number 2. Conflict. Arguments, tension, and drama are all akin to poison for INFJs. In fact, they're so sensitive that after an argument or fight with a loved one, they may begin to feel physically ill. INFJs also hate constant underlying tension and drama. However, this doesn't mean that you can never disagree with an INFJ. They respect and value feedback and other perspectives, as this helps them improve and grow. As long as people approach them with calm and respect and aren't overly critical or bashful, INFJs will not hate the conversation that follows and will receive the feedback as well. Number 1. Manipulation and deceit. No one likes to be manipulated or hoodwinked, but INFJs in particular absolutely hate it. They cannot forgive someone who betrayed them. Moreover, since they're fantastic at reading people, they often get strong intuitive hunches that someone is lying to them or telling them a story to cover something up. Try as you might, it is super hard to hide something from an INFJ. They pride themselves on always taking the moral high ground and fighting for their rightful beliefs. They're always as honest as possible with others and vouch for being a force contributing to good in the world. So when others purposely choose the opposite, they find it appalling and are likely to detest them forever. If you're an INFJ, which one of these do you detest the most? Is there something we missed out on? Comment below. As always, like and share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on psychology.